Let me pour me a glass of yak real quick. First of all, if you ain't beat us, shut the hell up. That's number one. That's first and foremost. If you did not beat us, shut the hell up. I'm right now looking at Taylor Heineke, a bum, taking off his jersey, getting his jersey signed. Who's signing his jersey? Who out here trying to get a Taylor Heineke jersey? A bum. If you ain't beat us, shut up. Just be quiet. That's number one. Zach Pascal out here signing jerseys with Taylor Heineke. Second of all, my quarterback did everything he was supposed to do to win that game. My quarterback did everything in his power to have an MVP type of drive to bring your team back after trailing basically the whole game. Everything in his power. The officiating in this game in the fourth quarter was horrible. Absolutely horrible. Some of the worst officiating I've ever seen in my life. It stems from the Gardner Johnson penalty, where they say it was a late hit out of bounds, which it wasn't on the replay. Then you go to the Dallas Goedert face mask that wasn't called that led to a turnover. Then you go to the Brandon Graham play at the end of the game. Now, the Brandon Graham play, I guess, is a bang-bang play that could go either way. But the face mask was horrible. Horrible. And then Quez Watkins catching the ball, falling down, and doing God knows what after that. This is why I'm not one of them guys that say Quez got to get involved so much. And that's not a knock on Quez Watkins' talent. But look at what happens when somebody number get called. Look at what they do. The interception by Jalen Hurts was right in A.J. Brown's hands. He let somebody take it away from him. That's swole Batman. The turnover monster got to us today. Multiple turnovers today. A lot of turnovers today. We did a real good job at holding on to the ball, but that ain't happening today. 709 people in the building. We're going to talk about it for a little more. Shout out to the Commanders. Listen, we ain't gonna be poor sports about it. Come on, man. We could have beat them. We could have beat them. The defense in the beginning of the game was terrible. 5 straight scoring drives from Taylor Heineke and the Commanders. First of all, in the first half of the game, we didn't even allow the offense to even touch the field to even be competitive, because the defense allowed 13 first downs in the first half alone, I think. 13 first halves in the first half alone. And yet and still, when the ball was in Jalen Hurts' hand to end the game, he was throwing dots, dimes, reading the coverage, seeing Quez Watkins. Unfortunate play by Quez Watkins. Terrible missed calls. I'm not even really mad because, you know what I mean? As bad as it was, like, we could have beat this team on 3 different drives. 3 different drives we could have beat this team. I'm not really mad, man. It's just it's one of those games. This is why it's hard to go undefeated. It's hard to go undefeated because a game like this will always happen on your roster. It's definitely hard to go undefeated in the NFL. 8-1, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at 8-1. Am I disappointed in the loss? Absolutely. Absolutely, I'm disappointed in the loss. Hell yeah, I'm going to be thinking about it when I wake up tomorrow. Because we had these guys on the ropes. We had them. Close the gap to 2. What happens when you close the gap to 2? We marching down the field. The refs are looking blatantly at a face mask and don't call it. Then you know what the refs try to do. This is what I don't like about NFL officiating. After you blow a call, they try to give us one back. They try to give us one back. No, we don't want one back, bro. We want our drive where we was about to take the lead. We want that back. Don't try to give us one back. Terrible officiating, man. Terrible officiating. But, my defense got the Colts next week. And do I feel confident? No. Washington ran the ball down our throat. That's Jonathan Taylor over there in Indianapolis. What you think the formula is right now for us? Play keep away from Jalen Hurts in the offense. That's what the Commanders did. They played keep away from Jalen Hurts in the offense. And it worked. It worked beautifully. Jonathan Gannon did not adjust. Jonathan Gannon did not blitz. Jonathan Gannon did not bring pressure. But this game alone, even with all of the negative things that we inflicted on ourselves, it's a lot of controversial penalties in this game. A lot of controversial penalties. The NFL has to change that rule. They got to change that rule, man, to where if you don't throw the flag, it's you can't. No. If it's on the replay camera, you should be able to call it. The NFL got to change that rule. That, I don't want to talk bad about the officiating, but that looked crazy, man, on behalf of the Zebras today. That was crazy on behalf of the Zebras today. The Philadelphia Eagles beat themselves today, but I'm definitely going to give credit to where credit is due. Definitely going to give credit to the Commanders. They came out there and did their job. Listen, 5 straight scoring drives. They put boots on us in the first half. They definitely put boots on us in the first half. Jonathan Gannon was nowhere near aggressive enough to come out with a W in that game. And yet and still, Jalen Hurts still was in position to get a W in that game. Did everything in his power to get a W in that game. Everything in his power to get a W in that game. I don't care what happened in the beginning of the game with the defense getting cooked. The ball was in the MVP candidate's hand, and he was throwing beautiful passes. Guys were fumbling. Guys were just blatantly come on. It was sloppy from beginning to end. A.J. Brown really wasn't involved. I don't know if he was hurt or not. The defensive line were just bringing 4. Listen, if you bring in 4 for half, if you bring in 4 for a half and it's not working, why won't you start blitzing? I was begging for blitzing and more pressure on Twitter. I was begging for it, yo. Begging for him to send more pressure. Begging, yo. And we continuously come out there sending forward. This was a despicable defensive effort by Jonathan Gannon. There was no adjustments by Jonathan Gannon. It was just crazy. It was crazy. At least Nick Sirianni adjusted. Or Shane Steichen, whoever was calling the plays today, at least they adjusted because Miles Sanders was heavily involved in the second half of this game. But Jonathan Gannon is stubborn, man. Stubborn to a fault. Stubborn to a fault. Stubborn. You know why Jonathan Gannon is stubborn? Because every now and then the defense will bail him out. Garner Johnson bailed him out, 6th pick of the season. The defense bailed him out by allowing 3 points on 2 drives. Stubborn. Stubborn. Sloppy, goofy game by the Philadelphia Eagles. Sloppy, goofy game. I'm cool. I'm cool with splitting with the Commanders. I'm cool with it. The Commanders 5-5. I'm okay with it. Tough division, the divisional opponent. They play you twice. I'm okay with this, man. I'm okay with this one. Now it's all about how you respond. My guy Marcus Kane, thank you for the super chat. You know they're going to run the ball. I mean, damn. Yeah, that's why you got to start run blitzing. You know what I mean? If anybody in here saying Jalen Hurts had a bad game, I mean, you don't watch football. If Jalen Hurts had a bad game, you just don't watch football, and I can't help you. First of all, he didn't even have the ball enough to have a bad game. They beautifully played keep away. The defense couldn't get a stop. This ain't got nothing to do with Jalen Hurts, man. Nothing to do. I can't even blame the A.J. Brown interception on him because on the replay, it hit him right in his hands. This has nothing to do with Jalen Hurts. This was a defensive collapse today. The Commanders scored on 5 straight possessions, y'all. 5 straight possessions. They put points on the board. We couldn't stop anybody. Darius Slay had a bad game today. Tackling was spotty. There was no run lane discipline. They had trickery, sweeps with wide receivers. They did everything in their power to challenge our eye discipline, and it worked. It worked. We didn't adjust to it. We didn't bring any blitzes. We stayed in a soft cover 3, and we got cooked. My guy Donnell Shipley, thank you for the super chat. We have 2 lockdown corners, and you still send only 4. It makes no sense. It don't make no sense. It's bad coaching, man. It's bad coaching. And it got us in a position that we in right now. At 8-1 when we should be 9-0. 8-0 we should be 9-0. You know what I mean? Definitely. New York breathing on our neck at 7-2. The Cowboys lost this week. Washington basically out of the race. Lost 900 on that game. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm going to take a shot for you, though. We're going to bounce back against Indy. It's pure white Henny. We're going to bounce back. My guy Joker Robinson, thank you for the super chat. Eagles caught the L on Mount. We definitely caught the L. But it's the thing, though. If you ain't beat us, you really can't be happy. If we beat you, you happy that the Commanders did something that you couldn't do? Come on. Are you happy that Heineke did something that you couldn't do? That was a fluke-ass win. We could play them tomorrow. The outcome will be different. You know what I mean? The outcome will be different. The refs was in a bag, and then they got the nerve to be interviewing these dudes. McLaurin, he made some good catches, but you interviewing Heineke. You need to be interviewing the refs. Interview the refs and ask them how the game is. The refs probably had something on the parlay. I try to be cool and not throw the zebras under the bus, but come on, bro. Some of them calls was crazy, man. It looked like a fix was in, if you ask me. But I don't want to be no poor sport about it. I definitely don't want to be no poor sport about it. I'm going to get them. Listen, take they L. That's a real solid win. That's probably the best win of the season, for real, for real. That's the best win of the season. And put them at 500. Everybody in the division's 500. I respect the win. But you know what I mean? I respect the win. But come on, man. You seen some of them calls, man. It was ridiculous today. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? Congratulations to all the Commanders. Congratulations to my guy Rio Robinson, Louis T. Congratulations to them. They got the win. The Commanders are the first team that, beat the Philadelphia Eagles this year. It's cool. Man, the refs really are on one, man. It's all good, though. Listen, I'm not mad. I'm gonna tell y'all why I'm really not mad. Usually, when a collapse happens, your quarterback has a bad game. Jalen Hurts didn't have a bad game. Jalen Hurts, in fact, was making game-winning plays. The throw to Quez Watkins was a game-winning play. You win the game if Quez Watkins can hold on to that ball, probably. Game-winning play. You take the lead if Quez Watkins can hold on to that ball. Game-winning play. Fumbled it. That drive, we was only down 2 points when they pulled Dallas got a face mask. A field goal gets you the lead. Jalen Hurts was poised to make a game-winning drive 2 times, bro. So I'm not really mad. As long as I know that my quarterback is poised for them type of moments going down the stretch, I'm okay. It's unfortunate that we had to take this lump like this in the regular season. You know what I mean? But I seen that my quarterback is ready for these type of moments. So I'm cool with that. What I'm not cool with is that deep down inside, I know that it's going to have to come down to him because the defense really can't stop nobody when it's time to stop somebody as of late. I'm worried about it coming down to Jalen Hurts and it all being on Jalen Hurts' shoulders. My guy, Usually's Kings, man, thank you for the super chat. We win if the refs don't double team us. Yeah, I think so too. My guy, Chris A.M., thank you for the super chat. Damn, sucks losing like this, but the Birds need to do better. Washington controlled the clock. It is what it is. Credit the Washington Commanders. Looking solid. Salute, LB. Thank you for your service. I appreciate you, dog. Yeah, man, Washington controlled, time of possession beautifully. They played keep away. It's a method that teams do to Patrick Mahomes all the time. Control time of possession. Don't let that offense on the field. It was working in the second half, in the first half. In the second half, Jalen Hurts started putting some drives together. QB is fine, but BG, what are you doing? Whistle blow. Yeah, BG was wild on that one, man. I really can't. I really can't blame the refs for throwing a flag on that one. You got to protect the quarterback. The AJ Brown interception ball looked like Hurts handed it to him. Yeah, I just don't think AJ Head was in the game today. AJ had an off game. AJ had an off game. You know what I mean? I don't think AJ Head was in the game today. Chris 214, a Cowboys fan, he in here laughing. I mean, we beat y'all. And y'all just lost this week too. Like you a loser in life, bro. You a real loser. Jay Fazy, thank you for the super chat. Run defense caused the game. Cox is a problem. It is what it is. Definitely is what it is. We got some evaluating to do. Definitely got some evaluating to do. All the wide receivers except Smitty was tripping. True. Smitty was the only one really in his bag. Why Sanders don't get the ball no more? Sanders was heavily involved in the second half, just not the first. You know what I mean? Next week we got the Colts on the road. I think we're gonna shake back. We're gonna shake back. But this was some of the worst officiating I've ever seen in my life, man. I'm not gonna hold y'all too long, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to tuck it in because I really got to diagnose this game and I really got to, look at some of these plays that happened because this was crazy, man. The Washington Commanders was on 3rd and 1 a lot in the first half. It was crazy, man. They really, really, really kept the offense off the field, so you got to salute them for that. They played a flawless half. But that fourth quarter, 14 minutes left at the 14-minute mark and beyond, it just started getting spooky. It started getting real spooky, man. And things definitely got to be better. Matt G, thank you for the super chat. We got 1,000 people in the building. We didn't run the ball enough tonight. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. Definitely agree with that. We had that game. No excuses. We definitely had that game. No excuses at all. We folded. We dropped the ball. Literally dropped the ball. Quez Watkins literally dropped the ball. You know what I mean? The refs literally dropped the ball. And I don't want to keep bringing up the refs, but how could you not if you watch the game? My guy Demetrius, man, from U.S. Customs in Savannah, this game just humbled us. Time to get back. Right. It's okay with being humble. I really can't say humbled us. I feel like we got worked. Carl Ray, thank you for the super chat. Hey, LB, did you see... did it seem like Quez left his feet while running? I thought Hurts hit him in stride. I mean, if you fall, just stay down sometime, bro. Just stay down, man. Just stay down. But it is what it is, though. We ain't going to cry over this. We're going to shake right back. We're not even going to dwell over this for real, for real. We're going to probably talk about this a couple more days, then we're going to get on to the Colts because we're looking at 9-1. We're looking at 9-1. You know what I mean? When you dwell on wins like this when the trends start to happen. We're looking at 9-1. Everybody got to look themselves in the mirror and come out there and show people why we are an 8-1 ball club. Why we 8-1 ball club. You know what I mean? It is what it is. At least we lost in our own division. You know what I'm saying? At least we ain't lose to like no pipsqueak outside the division. This is the first team that got their second crack at us, the Commanders. You know what I mean? We embarrassed them the first time. We knew they was going to come out more fiery, but we definitely had multiple opportunities to win that game. When you have as many opportunities as the Eagles had to win the game, that should let you know right off the bat that you're better than them. You're better. We know we're better than the Commanders. We had a lot of opportunities, but we squandered a lot of opportunities. Some calls ain't go our way. That's football. Some calls don't go a lot of teams' way. So I'm not even really going. The situation with the refs. I'm not even talking about that no more. That's the game, man. That happens to a lot of people where calls get missed and stuff like that. So we ain't special to think that it should be some type of different rule for us. Yeah, it sucks. It's a rule that need to be changed. It definitely sucks. It's definitely a rule that need to be changed. But we're not going to squander over that. The biggest thing is the mental error by Quez Watkins. Special teams is trash. They don't do anything to flip the field. And the defense was getting cooked by Taylor Heineke. Those are the points of emphasis for me. You know what I mean? I'm not blaming the refs no more past today. Yeah, I'll mention it, but the point that this is the facts. They scored on 5 straight drives. That is unacceptable. We cannot get those dudes off the field. Jonathan Gannon got to start dialing up some blitzes because bringing 4 is not working. The NFL is hip to stuff like that now, bro. You got to bring exotic blitz packages if you want to put pressure on some of these QBs, man. But like I said, I'm not going to hold y'all no longer. I'm going to tuck it in. You know what I mean? I'm going to reflect. I'm going to think on this one for a little bit because this one hurt a little bit. This one hurt. This one hurt. But at the end of the day, we still number one in this conference. Now it's about how you respond. Have yourselves a good night.